Welcome back to this dumpster fire. Episode 7 thankfully starts with Hera getting reprimanded for being an idiot. Very satisfying to someone like myself. Of course, she is just as childish as ever, directly calling out one of the senators like her hearing is a middle school debate class. We then cut to Ahsoka performing the slowest lightsaber drills in Star Wars history, accompanied by clickbait and references to show. The most difficult thing about this show is trying to get through an episode without rolling your eyes. I swear if we get a live action Clone Wars, I'm gonna have a stroke. Then it's more lifeless dialogue between Ahsoka and the droid, and I swear it's impressive how Dave Filoni managed to create the most annoying character on the planet. Then get everyone to like her just to turn her into a plank of wood once he achieved that. Kind of impressive. Really, in a deeply sad way. Ironically, these bland performances are more in line with the prequels that this show is fetishizing, so I guess that makes sense. Over to Sabine and Ezra. By the way, am I the only one who can't muster a single reason to care about either of these characters? I get for some people this is nostalgia, but as someone who is completely impartial to Rebels, this show has been unable to make me care about either of them so far. Anyway, somehow Ezra hasn't figured out Sabine is hiding the fact she's stuck here from him. How long have they been hanging out with space turtles and he hasn't suspected anything? I guess he's not any smarter than he was in Rebels, huh? Does her being insanely evasive to every question not get him suspicious at all? Whatever. Soon, our villains intercept the duo, and then the dumbest thing in the episode happens. Baylan decides not to fight them, instead opting to send Shin in to fight despite the fact that she has been proven not to be able to take on even Sabine by herself. Like, okay? The explanation given for this is some vague allusion to Baylan wanting to test Shin, or maybe it's just the fact he doesn't want to be on screen for any longer than he has to. Honestly, can't blame him. Even Shin knows this plan is stupid because instead of attacking herself, she leaves the video game enemies to go die without her. Of course, the real reason Baylan split up was to go fight Ahsoka, and somehow he knows exactly where she's going to land after jumping out of a ship. Sure. Even so, this is still ridiculous because if he had just accompanied Shin, he could have easily helped her kill Ezra and Sabine before Ahsoka had a chance to regroup with them, and then dealt with Ahsoka afterwards. Better yet, just leave her on the planet altogether. I guess asking for logic from the show is too much. You're supposed to just consume. And for anyone that says Ezra could have beaten Baylan, may I direct you to Ezra being hilariously incapacitated by a single force push from Shin. I seriously burst out laughing when this happened. There's an ensuing stormtrooper fight when Ahsoka finally shows up, and it relies on all the classic tricks of stormtroopers deciding melee combat is the best option, and the only shots they land conveniently hit Sabine's Beskar, of course. And then Thrawn has the nerve to say, in the grand scheme of things, this is a victory. Maybe the way he obtained the rank of best military general in the Empire was just by gaslighting everyone else. There's other dumb stuff here, like how the space battle with the droid neatly resolves itself just in time to pick up the heroes, despite the fact that last time we saw him, he was being chased by like a bunch of starfighters with no way to return fire. You might presume they got called off when the stormtroopers did, but if that's the case, then why? Surely Thrawn knows that the ship is the only hope the heroes have of escaping the planet. Wouldn't his top priority be to destroy it? Military genius, I tell you. It's honestly depressing putting on an episode of Ahsoka and desperately hoping that the show will make any effort to tell a cohesive story just for episodes like 7 to happen. I'm so done. I'm so ready for the finale so I can put this behind me. But anyway, that's all I got. Feel free to shout at me in the comments. I read those. Goodbye.